Victoria, British Columbia, a city known for its gardens, old-world charm, and death. On the edge of the sea lies a cemetery like no other. This is Ross Bay Cemetery, and for over a century, it's been home to more than just the dead. Established in 1872, Ross Bay Cemetery is the final resting place of over 27,000 souls. It holds the bodies of governors, pioneers, and murderers. Its graves face the harsh ocean. Once so unforgiving, waves would flood and expose the coffins beneath. But it's not just the history that draws people here. It's what people claim still walks between the tombstones. The Lady in Black. Often seen grieving in black, believed to be Isabella Ross. They say she glides between the gravestones without a sound. A woman veiled in black lace, dressed in mourning, frozen in an era long gone. Most see her from a distance, still, sorrowful, staring at a single grave as if it holds her soul. But when anyone approaches, she vanishes. Not with a scream, not in a blink, just gone, like smoke blown by a cold wind. Some believe she's Isabella Ross, the cemetery's namesake, still grieving her lost family, still walking her land long after death. Witnesses say the air turns bitterly cold when she appears. And once, a visitor claimed the lady whispered something as she faded. "He's not here. I can't find him." The Witch's Tomb, Nellie Cashman. Nellie Cashman was no witch. She healed. She fought for justice. But the dead don't always get to choose how the living remember them. Her tomb is now whispered about in dark corners, a place where candles are found melted into the soil and chalk symbols appear even after the rain. At night, strange lights dance around her grave, and a voice, never quite a whisper, never quite a moan, can be heard circling the tomb. Some say it's her spirit, protecting the cemetery. Others believe something darker, awakened by forgotten rituals. One night, a visitor saw a shadowy woman watching him from behind her headstone. She didn't move. She didn't blink. And when he turned back, she was gone. But his flashlight wouldn't turn on again. The ghostly processions. It begins with a chill, not wind but memory. Then the figures come. Victorian men in top hats, women in long dresses, a child holding a flower. They walk slowly, silently, as if following a casket no longer there. Their faces are pale. Their eyes are empty. Witnesses freeze as they pass, watching a funeral from another time, one that doesn't belong to the living. And when someone calls out or steps forward, the entire procession vanishes mid-step, like mist pulled from the earth. Psychics say it's a residual haunting, an old burial replaying again and again. But one woman swore a little girl in the procession looked directly at her and smiled. The phantom child. Somewhere between the old oak trees and the tiny tombstones, a child still plays. His laughter dances on the wind, faint but joyful, a sound that feels too alive for a place so full of death. Visitors leave toys near the cluster of 19th century children's graves. Sometimes they move. Sometimes they're found soaked, as if dunked in water. They say the child drowned nearby. A cruel accident, a panicked gasp, then silence. Now he runs between the graves, always out of reach. A small figure in fog, a blur behind a tombstone. One woman followed the laughter into the mist and found tiny, wet footprints that ended at her own shoes. The hanging judge, Sir Matthew Bailey Begbie. They called him the hanging judge, and he never flinched at a death sentence. Ruthless, cold, and perhaps Still unrepentant, Sir Matthew Begbie's grave sits in solemn silence. But those who approach it with disrespect often regret it. People report sudden illness, scratches across their skin, or waking from nightmares of falling, and a rope tightening around their neck. Some have seen a man in dark robes standing over the grave. His eyes open but empty, like sockets carved from marble. He does not move. He does not speak. But sometimes he smiles. They say his spirit still weighs souls and judges without mercy. Ross Bay Cemetery is more than a resting place. It's a reflection of forgotten sorrow, restless souls, and stories that won't stay buried. If you visit, be respectful. The dead may be watching. And if you see someone walking alone, don't follow them.